everyone receives is a reflection of us.
Do you have faith in your journey? Does life surprise you? Sometimes when it makes you sit back and think, it's an interesting journey we are upon. For those of you that listened, I posted a audio about vulnerability, about longing for home. It's quite fascinating because the other day I was talking about oracle cards and angel cards, and I went to a crystal store and I was chatting about them, and a local thrift store, but sort of higher in manufacturing, so not quite a thrift store, but factory outlet, you might say. And they had cards, so I bought them because I went in there and I bought a couple of decks. This specific deck is called the Starseed Oracle. I'll gladly tell you who it's by. It's by Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel. But what's fascinating about this, I'm not giving them a plug, but I have a free one anyway, is that the secret inside this box is that it says your heart is a portal. And then I looked at the bottom of the box and it says your heart is a portal. So no matter which way you look at it, you get the answer, but you have to search for it. It's not plain to see. I find that very, very unique, very clever, but also meaningful at the same time. And the story on the back goes like this. Have you always had a longing for home without really knowing what that meant? If so, you could be a starseed soul. This activating oracle will help you to unlock your soul gifts, connect with your cosmic origins, and remember who you truly are. I think what's fascinating is that I didn't realize what was written on this because I hadn't opened it. It was still in the packaging until today. Never paid much attention, but it spoke and called to me based on even the wording that was used. It was so spot on. Today itself was fascinating. I did some manifestation, money attractions from, I believe it's Healing and Beyond. I think it's an Australian man who helps heal. But you see, I did the manifestations and attraction of wealth into my life. Not because I was greedy or I needed to, but I just felt that there was those elements of my life that was missing. And we're not just talking financial abundance. It's abundance of knowledge and happiness and abundance of who we are. So I woke up today and do my normal things as well, I suppose. But I felt like what came into my mind was just to get a couple of Pokemon cards. Not anything special, but you see, they had a new character that I found my way to today, or a new card of this character, and the character is Penny. And as we're aware, my niece's name is Penny. So I like to collect the cards because I will give it to her later on, because I think the relationship between me doing that is something I'd want to do. And I spent a little bit of money, but one of the affirmations that was said was, money that I spend comes back times 10. Sounds more of an incantation, but manifestations are. When we are a money magnet, when we are attracting wealth and abundance. So you see, I spent a bit of money, I bought a box, and first ones didn't win. Didn't get what I was requiring, so I went back. Had a bit of chat and bought some more. But this time it had a difference about it. I took a risk. I spent a bit more money, but I took a risk. And instead of getting the card that I was looking for, I got the top card in the deck. You can't get higher than that card. Everyone chases it. You see, I wasn't trying to get that. It would be nice if I got it, but I was looking for something else. So that led me to try and find the card for Penny. Now I could buy it, but the whole process of this was me finding it and getting it from myself. So it meant more to me because I acquired them. I didn't just buy them without the journey. And I think you can see where I'm going with this. The process of me trying to find these cards, spending the money to find the card for my niece, is the journey aspect, the parts that we learn in between. Yeah, I could go and get to the end result, have the universe give me all the things that I acquire, live a beautiful, harmonious life. But then I would miss out on the journey and all the things in between, both good and bad. And then when I get to that end result, how much more meaningful and grateful it is. Even just today, just now, actually. I actually had a more understanding or a better appreciation of how the cotton canvas is made, even our clothes. But I was thinking, how is canvas that we paint on, how is it made before it's primed in its raw state, where it's similar to cloth or linen? So I watched a video clip, and it's fascinating to see how today they are harvested and how it is made into the fabric, into the twine, into the string, and how it's all made into sheets. The process from farm to clothing or linen or canvas is amazing. You have a better appreciation for what it takes, what goes into it to make your product. Or just to make the things that you wear or that you paint on. It's hard work. And you could go back into ancient times of how hard it was. And when you have a better appreciation, when I paint on paintings, I will embody it with much more gratitude and respect and love when I paint now, and things just seem more valuable because I have an understanding. I think we take for granted sometimes the end result of things without understanding the process it took to get there. That is what we miss sometimes. We just see things for what they are. I looked at that because I wanted to know, could I make my own canvas? And how hard would it be? And it turns out it's all textiles, and sewing, and these sorts of areas that it takes. The key aspects of taking the fabric and turning it into something. I think people of today have forgotten that is the valuable art of the things we wear, or the items we use, or the kitchen towels, or napkins made of cotton. Something as simple as this can be so profound, because you're not just using it as an individual learning tool, you apply the methodology to it all. And that is when we start filling ourselves with pure love and greatness, gratitude for all things, but not just that, the people and the items involved with it. That is where we start to change the energies and the vibrations. Appreciation, love of all things, and the process of things. So it's amazing, because if you look at it from how I felt last night, or the night before that, it was hurting. This video just came along in my feed, and I know the person, but it helped. And it helped amazingly. Of course, I always believe in the things that I do and the creations. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. I know they are real. I know when we place love, when we're in our heart center, we can achieve it. So I had a longing for home the other day. Is this home's way of saying thank you? Or is it my own beliefs and faiths in all of the above? Which leads me to the next part of all of this is, do you have faith? I know I do. Even at the hardest of times, I still push through. I'm not going to deny those times. I need to witness and be a part of them. But I'm not going to hide away from it either. It feels different. It feels healthier and newer and happier. One of attractions of abundance. Not paying attention to the outside world. It's not so nasty about saying that it doesn't affect you, or you don't care, or you don't mind. No, it's you feel a better version of you. You feel a more stronger, confident version of you. And it's not one of like romantic connection. It is that feeling of home, happiness, joy, passion. All of these things come in from abundance. Some might say it's a change of thought, a change of one from the mind into the heart, using the heart space and the heart energy, for your heart is a portal. So where is the current faith of the world? Now, I don't mean religion or their beliefs. I mean the faith in who we are. Where is the current level of faith in the world? That our journey is strong. Our faith in ourselves, in understanding who we are and what the world was and why it is the way it is. Knowing that source God, or whichever God you choose to believe in, has our back. The universe has our back. All of the higher angelics and the guardians of the galaxy have our back. The collective community and union, we all support. So we are a select few, but where's the faith in the world? Is it slowly changing? Are people coming around? For you see, I change the world by doing what I do. By not watching TV, if my reality doesn't have the news. and my reality is also connected with yours, then the more and more people that have this connection, the more we generate the reality we do not wish. And we overcome and we change the vibration and energies of the world, because we are the thoughts, and thoughts create realities. So where's the faith, though, in the world? How is the level of faith above 50% or below it? If you see, a being has tried to change my way of thought, or perhaps toning it down, regardless of the fact, how much faith in the world do we have? These questions are the ones that we need to be asking when we're with people. These are high-end questions that have high-end energy. So I have to tread carefully around the situation, for I am being told. Not to influence or dictate or control people's ideas, but more if I am curious. Because I feel better. And in my world, if I feel more abundant, then I feel better than the world around me does. And if you are in that reality, if you are in that world, then surely we all feel better. So it's with that I look upon the cards, and I'm going to pull one just to see some words that might resonate for some, others to potentially give something back. A daily reading that I pick up on the energies for you. May your energies, if you are listening, flow into these cards to give you guidance. It will be directed for you. If you've listened this far, then I appreciate that, and I want to give you some free guidance from the guardians of the galaxy to you. So we will pull some daily affirmation cards. And for today we say this. This card is I am sorry. And the reasoning is defenselessness, righting past wrongs, and uprooting. So I will read you the statement of this card, for I believe there are these things. Whether it's others telling ourselves that they are sorry, or whether it's righting past wrongs, things in our life that we may have held to our chest too close, are coming to the surface to be released. Whether it's things done to us or us to them, that vulnerability and showing that we have done. To the world, I say this. We're living in divisive times. When we're hurt and triggered, we tend to see things as a personal attack rather than an opportunity for healing. If we're to find true peace and unity, we need to drop our defenses and see things outside of right and wrong. As souls, we intrinsically remember unity and yearn for it here on earth. Perhaps this is why it feels so painful when we experience the opposite. But it's crucial to remember that we cannot simply bypass reality and pretend that unity, love, and forgiveness are here. This is one of the greatest challenges for all starseeds. To bring about unity, we must first acknowledge the ways in which both we and the world have been divisive, personally, ancestrally, and collectively. The shadows, hate, wounds, separation, severing wrongs, and sadness. You may be called to explore how you, your ancestors, or your society have, consciously or unconsciously, inflicted pain on others. To find a way to drop the armor around your heart and see things as they truly are for all people. To say I'm sorry with an open heart and mean it. To be a part of healing rather than the perpetuation of inherited conflict or oppression. This isn't about blame, it's about unwinding the patterning that got us here. You may be called to devote your time to causes you believe in or do healing work on your ancestral line. So it's a Starseed Soul Inquiry. How are you being called to drop your defenses and unwind past wrongs? An interesting card. I want to clarify something that I feel necessary for those listening, that this isn't just a card about you. You may have gone through this yourself. It may be things about we believe what we've done in our life and we look upon them with grief or hate or sadness. And it is about understanding that those were the moments that we have to go through to get where we are today. So it's about being vulnerable and saying sorry to yourself. The same way that I was longing for home, I opened my heart because I was honest. And when I did, that has allowed the abundance to flow through, so I feel better. It is a long journey going inwardly to find your roots, heal those traumas in that line. We have those moments that come to us, that we go through that journey because we are so honest, whether it is a crying out of love or not. We place so much hardness upon ourselves and are our own harshest critic. But it's for this that we keep ourselves locked down. No matter how hard we try or what we achieve or how much pressure we place to succeed or what we do to allow us to be successful, how we see ourselves on the inside is more valuable. So I'm sorry also that I allow the universe to say sorry to you. That's the other thing we also have. We create balance. When we are fine within, we are fine without. So the universe is also saying sorry to you for having to go through all of these hardships. We know you've had to do it. We know it's been hard. We know it's difficult for all. So we are sorry for you having to go through these routes so we can be better. And love and abundance is there for anyone who wishes to journey through the portal of their heart. And it is with that, peace and love. Take care.